10 killed in tannery disaster in Ranipet. Tamil Nadu government orders 3 lakh solatium each to the families of the victims. LPG tanker lorries in southern states go on strike as the centre's oil firms delays fixing of new rental rates. Tamil Nadu ministers holds discussion with health officials on prevention of communicable diseases. The news in detail. The Tamil Nadu government has condoled the death of 10 persons of a tannery who were drowned in toxic sludge while they were fast asleep in the early hours of the day at the Sitco industrial estate in Ranipet. A cash solatium of 3 lakh rupees each was ordered for the kin of the victims. A Tamil Nadu government press release today said that 10 labourers, including 9 hailing from West Bengal, were killed when an effluent tank at a tannery collapsed near Bello today. The labourers were sleeping under the tank when it collapsed this morning at the private tannery in Ranipet in the district. Except the watchman G. Sampath of Melvallam, the remaining 9 workers killed in the accident were from Midnapur West district of West Bengal. The victims from West Bengal were identified as Abib Khan and his 2 sons Ali Akbar and Ali Ankar of Vidyapur Saltwani, Shah Jahan and Kutub Khan, Akram Eshyam Pyar and Habib, all from Balrampur. The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister expressed his grief over the death of the 10 labourers. Meanwhile, 1K Ravi of Vellore district suffered injuries in the tragedy and has been admitted in a hospital for treatment. The Chief Minister has ordered the hospital administration to ensure the best of treatment to the injured. He also wished Ravi a speedy recovery. Minister for Rural Industries P. Mohan, Minister for School Education K.C. Veeramani and Minister for Environment Thope N.D. Venkatachalam rushed to the spot to console the families of the victims and to take swift measures concerning the tragedy, the statement said. The families of the victims have been announced a cash solatium of 3 lakh rupees each, and Ravi, who has been injured, will receive 25,000 rupees from the Chief Minister's Public Relief Fund, the release added. The Chief Minister has also ordered to transport the mortal remains of those who died in the tragedy to their respective native places at the expense of the Tamil Nadu government, the release said. On the behest of the Tamil Nadu government, Minister P. Mohan, K.C. Veeramani and Thope N.D. Venkatachalam today rushed to the spot where 10 workers of a tannery were drowned in toxic sludge while they were fast asleep in the early hours this morning at the Sitco industrial estate in Ranipet and consoled their families. The flooding was caused by a breach in the concrete wall of the sludge storage tank of the adjacent common effluent treatment plant. Except the watchman G. Sampath of Melvallam, the remaining 9 workers killed in the accident were from Midnapur West district of West Bengal. Following this, the People's Chief Ms. Jaya had instructed the ministers to visit the spot. They met the relatives of the victims and consoled them. India today successfully test-fired its indigenously developed intercontinental surface-to-surface nuclear-capable ballistic missile Agni-5, which has a strike range of over 5,000 kilometers and can carry a nuclear warhead of over 1 ton from Wheeler's Island off Odisha coast. The 3-stage solid propellant missile was test-fired from a mobile launcher from the Launch Complex 4 of the Integrated Test Range at about 8:06 a.m., ITR Director MBKV Prasad said. Prasad said that the canister version of Agni-5 missile was successfully test-launched. The missile witnessed a flawless auto-launch and detailed results will be known after all data retrieved from different radars and network systems. This launch was the 3rd developmental trial of the long-range missile. The fire test was conducted on 19th April 2012 and the 2nd test on 15 September 2013 from the same base. The indigenously developed surface-to-surface missile Agni-5 is capable of striking a range more than 5,000 kilometers. It is about 17 meters long, 2 meters wide and has a launch weight of around 50 tons. The missile can carry a nuclear warhead of more than 1 ton. Unlike other missiles of Agni series, the latest one, Agni-5, is most advanced, having some new technologies incorporated with it in terms of navigation and guidance, warhead and engine, Prasad said. Over 3,000 LPG tanker lorries across the southern states, including Tamil Nadu, go on a strike as the public sector oil firms of the central government was delaying in fixing the new rental rates. 3,200 tanker lorries were under contract to transport LPG from the refineries of IOL, Bharat Petroleum and Hindustan Petroleum to the filling stations. The old contract has ceased with effect from 31st of October 2014 and the new tender has been called for. But the new rental rates for the tanker lorries is yet to be fixed, slammed the owners of the South Zone LPG tanker lorries. With several rounds of talks with the oil firms not reaching an amicable situation, the LPG tankers went on a strike since midnight yesterday.
கடந்த 3 மாதங்களாக 3 கட்டமாக பேச்சுவார்த்தை நடைபெற்றது. அந்த பேச்சுவார்த்தையிலே எந்த சுமூக உடன்பாடும் ஏற்படாத காரணத்தினால் நாங்கள் எங்களுடைய வாகனங்களை இயக்காமல் நிறுத்தி வைக்கும் சூழ்நிலை ஏற்பட்டுள்ளது. ஆகவே ஆயில் நிறுவனங்கள் உடனடியாக எங்களுடைய நியாயமான கோரிக்கையை ஏற்று இந்த பிரச்சனையை முடிவுக்கு கொண்டு வர வேண்டும்.
In a bid to totally eradicate the communicable diseases from Tamil Nadu, the concerned minister today held discussions with the health officials in the 6 districts of Karur, Salem, Namakkal, Erode, Coimbatore and Tirupur. On the behest of Ms. Jaya, the health department of the state has been taking strenuous efforts to prevent the spread of communicable diseases. As part of this, ministers V. Sendil Balaji, SP Velamani, Dr. C. Vijaya Bhaskar held discussions with the health officials from the 6 districts. During the meeting, the disease prevention methods were discussed. It was advised during the meeting to intensify the prevention methods and to increase awareness about communicable diseases. Meanwhile, dengue awareness camp was held in Athur and Salem. Medical test was done to the villages as part of the camp. The general public have thanked Ms. Jaya for implementing such schemes for their welfare.
நமக்கு ஸ்கேன் இசிஜி மற்றும் இன்னும் நிறைய சிகிச்சையெல்லாம் நமக்கு பண்ணுறாங்க. இந்த ஸ்கேன் இசிஜி இதுக்காகலாம் நாங்கள் வெளில வந்து போய் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் பார்த்தோம்னா அதுக்கு எவ்வளவோ செலவாகும். அந்த செலவெல்லாம் இல்லாமல் எங்கள் கிராமத்துக்குள்ளேயே இந்த மாதிரி முகாம் போட்டு இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இது வந்து எங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவோ யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்குது. இதுக்காக வந்து மக்களின் முதல்வர் அம்மா அவர்களுக்கு நாங்கள் நன்றி தெரிவிச்சுக்கிறோம்.
BJP's chief ministerial candidate Kiran Bedi today filed a police complaint against AAP's Kumar Viswas, accusing him of making comments against her while her party approached the Election Commission on the issue. Viswas denied the allegations that he made remarks against Kiran Bedi and said he will quit politics if she can prove the same. Bedi alleged that the AAP leader made the derogatory remarks against her at a recent election rally. What kind of security and dignity can women expect from AAP's leadership that itself has blatant and perverse mindsets? Bedi said in a tweet. This was challenging Kiran Bedi and BJP that if she could prove these remarks and show a video of him saying the same things, he would quit politics, else Bedi should quit his side. He said whatever remarks he had made were targeted at BJP and not Bedi. The AAP leader said BJP was nervous ahead of the polls and that is why so many union ministers were deployed to campaign. Sri Lankan minister today said that an inquiry will be made into the genocide of Lankan Tamils. The Lankan minister Velayudham, while addressing the press in Chennai today, said a probe into the genocide of Lankan Tamils will be done. He said peace prevails in the island nation now.
ராஜபக்ச அரசு மீதான பல குற்றச்சாட்டுகள் இருக்கின்றன. அவருடைய குடும்ப உறுப்பினர்கள் பற்றிய பாரிய முறைப்பாடுகள் இருக்கின்றன. எனவே இவற்றை நீதியான முறையில் நாங்கள் எம்முடைய அரசு மேற்கொள்ளும். அனைத்து சம்பந்தமான உள்ளூர் மட்டத்திலே பல விசாரணை நடைபெறுவதற்கான வாய்ப்புகள் இருக்கின்றது.
He added that the inquiries into the illegalities of former Lankan President Mahinda Rajapaksa will also be taken up.